Hi, welcome to my video today. Today I'm actually just going to kind of tell a story. This is a story from last year. I was out for a run this morning and it just made me think of it because I sort of have a sore foot, and I've had this sore foot for quite a while, but it just comes and goes. And now that I kind of know what it means, I don't worry too much about it. So as most of you know, I am a triathlete. Sorry. So that means I swim, bike, and run. And when I've been running, kind of started last year, probably last July. When I have been running, not when I'm running, but when I'm home from my run, the bottom of my foot hurts. I've checked it out. I've seen chiropractors. I've had, not Reiki. What is it that it's on the reflexology on it? Had a few other things. Tape it up sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, there's kind of a story about this because I now know what it's about. And I've known for a long time, but it's just a matter of like how I'm feeling, which sounds funny, but it'll make sense in a second here. So my foot started hurting like last July, I would say. And my friend moved away in July, my very best friend. She moved back to BC, which who can blame her? I live in the cold Saskatchewan. Anyway, she moved back to BC. And my foot was really, really hurting. I've had this pain one other time, or at least one other time. And that time I lived in Brandon. I was quite a bit heavier, and I wore heels out to the bar. I was partying because I think it was my sister's stagette or something like that. And I wore heels all night, which I don't wear heels pretty much ever. And my foot really hurt the next day. I could hardly walk. There was a chiropractor that worked in the same building as the salon I worked at, and he was awesome. He still is awesome, by the way. And he just adjusted my foot, and it was like a million times better. He helped me with like taping it. I remember it healing really fast. So I was like, oh, this is happening again. I was complaining to my friend that moved away, and I said, like, my foot is really hurting. I don't know what to do. Should I get it adjusted? If I was still working in Brandon, I would definitely go see that guy, that chiropractor, but I'm not. And I was like, I don't know what I should do, because I don't want to go to a chiropractor and him be like, stay off your foot. Because, like, let's face it, I'm a hairstylist who's an athlete. I don't have time to stay off my foot. But when I was complaining to my friend, she actually was having the same complaint. She's like, my feet are really hurting, and it like my one foot, and it really like was weird that we kind of had the same pain. But we kind of talked about it. We said, like, if your feet are in line, your whole body seems to be in line. Anyway, so I couldn't really figure out what to do about it. Had a client come in who is a bit of a medium, and I was doing her eyelashes, so she had seen me, but, like, didn't check me up and down, didn't inspect me. But she was laying there, and she said, I think that your dad is here to see you. So my dad passed away when I was 25 or so. Anyway, so quite a few years ago, like 13 years ago. And she said, he's here to see you. And this kind of happens with her. He sometimes pops in to say hi. But he was very had something to say this day. And she said, he wants to know if your foot hurts. And I was like, weird. My dad wasn't super athletic. He didn't know that I was athletic. I wasn't athletic when he was alive. So I was like, yeah, my foot hurts. And he kept making all these references back to the chiropractor that I saw in Brandon. Like all these things about him, and like, remember this, remember that. That's what you need to do to fix it. So I was like, oh, cool. Okay. And he commented on, like, I had some henna on my hand like this, and he said something to the medium about, like, what is this circle thing on my hand? And she had not seen it, so she didn't know what he was talking about, but just like a circle on my hand. Anyway, we were laughing. He had made a couple other jokes that he had made before, like about makeup and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, she said, well, what hurts on your foot? And I told her where it was. And she said, that is your heart. And she does reflexology. So she was like, yep, that's definitely your heart. And I started to panic because I was like, my dad died of a heart attack. Am I having heart problems? And I just let her know. I was like, oh, is this what's going on? She told me no, that it wasn't my cardiovascular system, that I had a broken heart. And I kind of laughed, and then I started to cry because I knew exactly what it was about. It was about my friend who moved to BC, and I had a broken heart because I missed her dearly. And clearly she felt the same way, as she was having the same foot problems. And so, I mean, later that night, I just like called her and like bawled my face off. And I was like, it's because we miss each other. I think I'm going to cry now because I still miss her dearly. Anyway, I did get some reflexology on it. I did see a chiropractor who adjusted it. I tape it sometimes, but it still hurts on and off. I can't figure out why it hurts, except for the fact that I miss my friend. So I just wanted to share this story. I am especially missing her right now. So, yeah. I hope everybody has a good day. These are good tears. I talk to her all the time, but it's just not the same as having her here. So, miss you, Hillary. Have a good day, everyone.